Well, I'm in between warm-ups, and there's a chance of rain for the next hour and a half, so I thought I would take a minute to talk about today in Kentucky. Certainly wasn't a bad day, but certainly wasn't the day we'd hoped. You know, when it came to go away now. When it came to a couple of the horses, I was a little disappointed, to be honest. You know, what happened with Grand Slam Deal? Why'd she look so flat again? I know she's coming off her horrendous mile, but love of God, I expect her to be just a tiny bit better than that. I guess we have to rerun to the start of the day. Don't talk about Bruno made a break in Clinton. Obviously, yeah, it just seems like it's half a step forward and 3 to 4 steps backwards with this guy all the time. And, you know, as we clean out this bottom level here in Northfield, could a horse like him or Dominion come over here if we buy him back? I suppose so. You know, somebody said, you know, what's the reserve on Dominion? If he had asked me 2 weeks ago, I'd say $0. But the way he's racing was brought up to me also by one of our statisticians, our head statistician, Greg. Greg had called me or emailed me and made a very compelling case and said, listen, Dominion's the type of horse you'd be looking for right now if you were looking for that type of... Well, I am looking for that type of horse. So a first and a third, and a respectable, decent third, and a pretty nice win, I guess, keeps a number beside his name. And those types of horses are always the ones we look for that can make their way up through the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and then at that point, can they move forward? Are they good enough? If not, then they go. So as we clean out this bottom level here at Northfield, I guess it would be safe to say that we could potentially take Bruno over here, but there's certainly no need to this second or want to. We do have other horses that aren't getting in, right? I would entertain the idea of 3 Point Blue Chip going to, well, that's if I stop running into people and he wins again and gets out of that class. I would entertain the idea of sending him to Mohawk also. Somebody said, what about Stay Close? I just don't think the classes suit Stay Close there. You know, those 2 and 3 class jumps because they can't fill all the middle classes would be a killer. A literal killer for Stay Close, and I hope we don't have to find that out. I know he's not really at his best on a half-mile track. We'll see how he races tonight, and then we'll go from there. But hopefully he can get in next week at the Meadows, the next few weeks at the Meadows, and then we'll make a decision on a number of those horses. Again, Kings County, I don't really think he needs to go over there. It's a soft bunch he mauled yesterday. And could he get higher and higher and higher? Yes, he could, but you know, the old saying, the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the fence, and you've got to be careful what side of the fence you're looking at in this industry, because, you know, I think we lucked out when it came to, I told you for 3 weeks that I thought I made a horrific error with Brace for Landing, sending him to Mohawk, and then he came to life, started to race good, and picked a win in a pretty salty crew on Monday. So I just don't want to step in any traps, right? We still have some horses to acquire. I was one of the bidders. Again, I wasn't the underbidder on either Renegade Gypsy or the Pacer on the weekend, but I will start to acquire horses also. And those horses, some of those horses can fit at Mohawk, hopefully. Keep in mind, I need everybody to just take a deep breath when you hear me say that, and when you hear us moving horses around. Mohawk would be like sending them to the Meadowlands, right? That is the toughest racing around right now. It's tough everywhere, but it is very tough at Mohawk, and you would want to hope that you have multiple paths, you know, whether it be the horses that didn't race for this purse, or non-winners of 12, or non-winners of so much money, or non-winners of so many wins. You had better hope that you fit in there somewhere, because otherwise it could get really messy and really murky really quickly. Starting to get really gray here really quickly. Go away, Rain. So 3 minutes of Bruno. It's a bit much. Bruno, I'll entertain the idea and talk to Dominic about it and look into it over the next little while. Grand Slam Deal, why'd she look so flat? Did Pete just know he was going to be 5th and ride along? I don't blame him if he did. But I expect so much more of this filly, and I really want to get to the bottom of it. You know, I would hope that everybody looks at all the racing we do and separates each horse, compartmentalizes each horse. Remember what I told you the other day, and you all know it going in. Racing is not always sunshine and rainbows, right? Sometimes it gets really tough, and many times it's really merciless. And I will do all I can. We'll talk about Westland Warrior in a minute. I will go down to Kentucky. I will work on those horses every free day I can with Eric, and we'll get to the bottom of it. You know, from right here, you're looking at what, 5 hours, 5.5 hours, 2 there, 3 now. It's about 5.5 hours. But when it comes to the bulk of the heavy hitters of our order, I'll absolutely make an effort to go the extra mile when it's in regards to those horses. Gymboree, I thought, raced well. Should she have won? Maybe, but they went in 56 and 3. Keep in mind, all the races she's gone have been around 2 minutes, 2-1, or those 2 breaks. Right? She was gonna trot in 57, but she didn't. She made a break. Today she trotted in 56 and 4, 57, and a great mile from her. Excited to see a lot of these horses get back to Lexington. One of the more troubling things about today was Memory and Imagination. He just looked uncomfortable the whole way. Not sore, not lame. He just looked out of sorts. His tail popped up in the air. He didn't follow cover well. He had no pop on the end of it. And actually, although Pickpocket didn't look 100%, looked a little rolly, looked like he had some pop on the end of it. What was he beat? A nose for third? He went under the wire. I'm like, oh, we were third. Different horse than I thought would be third, but third. And I'm like, wait now. He might have been fourth. Depending on where that wire is, we might have been fifth. And we were fifth. So not what I wanted to see from Pickpocket. Race good. No fault, no complaints there. You're going to see him look worse. You're going to see him look better. The horse has some issues that we continue to work on. But today, overall, I thought was an okay mile. The mile that disturbed me the most today of all of them. Concerned about Grand Slam Dio. What is going on with her? And as I say that, it was still a mile, 59 she trotted? 58 and a piece, 59? But my more concerning mile was from Memory and Imagination. I want to get to the bottom of what did I just watch and why wasn't he more effective. That's what I'm looking into. Pickpocket I thought was all right. And then we get into a sparkling mile from Arson. Man, he's making it hard for me not to take him to the Adios. I got to be upfront with everybody. I heard the same interview you did last night. Actually, that's a lie. I didn't hear it. Amy told me that they said that the horse that won in 46 last night was going to the Adios next week. No, time is on my side. It's going regardless. Right? He doesn't have something else to do. Arson does. So again, I will defer to the little fella that won the race with him. I will table it. We will talk about it. But ultimately, it'll be up to Scott Zeron whether we bring Arson to the Adios. If he thinks that we should just stay in Kentucky, give him a little rest, as we did before, and have him ready for Lexington, then that's what we're going to do. Right? And I'm not putting a lot in his shoulders, but I am asking him to draw on his professional opinion. He knows the horses. We can't be scared away just because that horse is going. What other horses are going? Right? And that's what we have to look into with Arson. We already have Timus on my side. He doesn't have anywhere else to be. He is going to race in the Adios. I don't care. I can't help that James is going there with the good horse, with Casey. I don't care if every good horse in North America is going. He's already there. That's home to him right now, and he doesn't have anywhere else to be. His dance card says Adios. Nowhere else. But Arson does. So I'll leave that up to Scotty, and I know there's going to be a lot of people. Did you see him? That's 5 in a row, 51 again. He should be at the Adios. Just relax. As I said the other day, none of the top 23-year-olds in North America were in Oak Grove. Take nothing away from the horses that race there, but none of them cracked the top 20, and that's being kind. So I need everybody just to understand that. I'll talk to Scotty about it, and then we'll make a decision after that. Westland Warrior, thoroughly, almost on the brink of anger. Not disappointed, angry. That horse swung to the pace coming out of the last turn. Now, he did that in his first start. We made a few little changes. I asked Scotty. He said nowhere in the mile did he even remotely attempt to pace. Perfect. Okay, great. Tonight he did. He paced, made a break, and he cut his leg. Now, he didn't cut his leg bad. I don't think it's going to take any time to heal. It's probably going to cost him a week or two. But my next question is, and I know it's going to be a loaded question, where do we go with this horse? Do we stay in Kentucky or take him back for the Stallion Series? You know, as I said to my partner Marco a minute ago, I love Westland Warrior. He was, aside from the ones we knew were likely slam dunks, he was one of my most highly touted horses this year. One of the sleepers. In my mind, if you'd have said, if I say sleeper, what horse would you say? It would have been Westland Warrior. And maybe he's just not as good as I thought he was. You know, sure, he's talented, right? I'm sure he's a 56, 57 trotter right now. But I don't really know what that means moving forward. So we'll see what happens with Westland Warrior moving forward. One thing's for certain. Westland Warrior's got a date with me very, very soon. And when he's sound enough to start training and square this guy around, he will be squared around. What he is after that, again, will be up to him. Now, I am about to warm up Aunt Lily. It's hot tonight. She's coming in, brimming with confidence. We are not going to go a mile with her and heat her up tonight. I'm just going to jog her twice, which I don't like doing. But with purpose. When you turn her the right way of the track, she gets a little wound up sometimes. Remember, she's still a rookie. She's still excited. She still wants to go fast. So when you turn her the right way of the track, it's tough to let her settle sometimes. You have to kind of fight with her a bit. And I don't want to fight with her tonight. I just want her to relax, right? She's coming in, as I said, sharp as a tack, one of the best fillies in the state right now. Now, it is the first stake, so don't get too excited. But I just don't think there's a reason July the 14th to wind her up and get her wound. So we're just going to jog her 2 trips. I just warmed up a mile, oh hell no, and she was very good. So we'll see how she races. Memento Mori's racing in half an hour, so good luck to all my partners there. Aunt Lily after that, Freedom Hill again. Got to go a mile with her because we have to set the hobbles to the bike here. I don't trust when they come back and say, yes, the exact same bikes, and it's in the 3rd hole rep. Thanks anyway. I'm just going to set it to these bikes right here. So I am going to go a mile with Freedom Hill. Greatest Ending just jogs and stay close. We'll jog probably twice tonight also. So that's what's going on. It stopped raining. It stopped raining. So hopefully the rain stays away and we can get some racing done here in a nice night. It is hot. It is hot right here, right now. All things considered, Gymboree was great. Grand Slam deal was very ordinary. Memory and Imagination was terrible. Pickpocket was good. Arson was great. And Westland Warriors on the shit list. Excuse my French. But we'll have them all squared away. Pretty good day so far in Kentucky. Memento Mori is going to be the... which way is the weight going to shift? To the positive or negative, we're going to find out here in about 35 minutes. But still, a full night of racing ahead at Northfield. Good luck, everybody.